Welcome back, my students. Please go to page number 5 of your textbook. Please take a pencil and scale in your hand, as today we will be studying about various types of graph. The first graph we will be studying today is distance time graph for uniform motion. The following table shows the distance covered by a car in fixed time intervals. Draw a graph of distance against time, taking time along the x-axis and distance along the y-axis in figure. This is the distance time graph. As you can see from the table, distance is given in seconds and time is given in seconds and distance is given in minutes, and we have to draw a graph for this. Now, if you see the graph where time is along the x-axis and distance is along the y-axis, you can see that it is a straight line graph. Now children, you can draw a straight line graph to indicate how the graph looks. So, if you see at the table, the time is at 10, 20, 30 and the distance is 15, 30, 45. That means the distance is changing uniformly along with the time. So, we see a straight line graph. An object in uniform motion covers equal distance in equal time interval. Thus, the graph between the distance and time is a straight line. So very well you can see from the picture that it is a straight line graph. Use your brain power on page 6. In the distance time graph above, what does the slope of the straight line indicates? So slope is equal to distance upon time, that is speed. Therefore, it indicates the average speed of the car. Next, we go to the distance time graph for non-uniform motion. And the question is, the following table shows the distance covered by a bus in equal time intervals. Draw a graph of distance against time, taking the time along the x-axis and distance along the y-axis. Does the graph show a direct proportionality with distance and time? Let's see how this graph is being drawn. So, we have again time given in seconds 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 at an interval of 5 seconds each. We have given distance in meter 0, 7, 12, 20, 30. Now children, if you see the distance here, you will observe that it is not changing uniformly with time, but it is changing according to, means it is not uniform. So 7, 12, then direct 20, then 30. So no common value is there. So it is not changing uniformly. Then how the graph will look like? So if you plot the graph, then the graph will look something like this. So you can see from the graph that it is not a straight line, but it is kind of a curved or a crooked line, you can see. But of course this is not a straight line graph. So what we can infer from this? The distance is non-uniformly with time. Thus the bus is having a non-uniform motion. What difference do you see in the distance time graphs for uniform and non-uniform motion? Use your brain power. Very simple. What you can see is the distance time graph for uniform motion is a straight line, whereas that for non-uniform motion is not a straight line. So, an object in uniform motion covers equal distance in equal time interval. Thus, the graph between distance and time is a straight line, whereas an object in non-uniform motion does not cover equal distance in equal time interval. Thus, the graph between distance and time is not a straight line. Okay, so very simple. I hope you are clear about this. A straight line graph and a crooked, or you can say curved or not a straight line graph. Next, we move further to velocity time graph for uniform velocity. This is on page 6. So, let's see what is the question. A train is moving with a uniform velocity of 60 kilometers per hour for 5 hours. So, what is the meaning of uniform velocity? It is moving with the same velocity. That is, at the beginning, it starts from the 0, then the velocity is 60, that continues till the end. The velocity time graph for this uniform motion is shown in the figure. Okay, so what you can see from the graph, the time is along the x-axis, the velocity is along the y-axis. The car is moving with a uniform speed. So you can see here at 60, it is plotted with a uniform speed. And then here at A and at B, or you can see that at point C, it is time is shown as T1, which is 2 hours, and at D, the time is shown as T2, which is 4 hours. Okay, so let's study more about this graph. The question is, with the help of the graph, how will you determine the distance covered by train between 2 and 4 hours? So we have to find the distance covered by a train between 2 and 4 hours. That means this is the distance. As the train is moving with a uniform velocity of 60 km, velocity V is equal to 60. Distance, which is denoted by symbol S, the formula is distance is equal to velocity into time. That is, S is equal to V into T, as V is, or velocity is equal to 60 multiplied by time. Now time is, we have to find the time interval between 4 hours and 2 hours. Therefore, final time 4 hours, initial time 2 hours, that is 4 minus 2 is equal to 2, and then 60 multiplied by 2 is equal to 120 kilometer. So the distance covered by the train is 120 kilometer. Is there a relation between the distance covered by the train between 2 and 4 hours and the area of a particular quadrangle in the graph? What is the acceleration of the train? So here two questions are there. As you can see in the graph, children, here you can see a quadrangle. Okay, so if you look carefully at the figure, you can see that it's a rectangle. Okay, so when we plot a graph or when we extend the graph, we can see a rectangle A, B, D and C here. Okay, so we have to find the area of the rectangle to find out what is the distance covered by the car. And you all know that the formula to find the area of the rectangle is length into breadth. Let's see. So, area of this particular rectangle A, B, C and D is equal to length into breadth. Now, length is 60. This AC. This is the length. So, it is 60 into breadth is 2. This is 2 and 4. As I already explained you, 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. So, 60 multiplied by 2 is equal to 120 kilometer. So, see in the previous one, we got the distance covered as 120 kilometer. Now also we got the distance covered as 120 kilometer. So the distance covered in both the cases is same, that is 120 kilometer. Moving to the second question. What is the acceleration of the train? Now acceleration also we have studied, the formula of which is final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. So final velocity of the train is 60, initial velocity also 60 divided by time 2. So 60 minus 60 is equal to 0 divided by 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, the acceleration of the train is 0. So distance covered is 120 km, whereas the acceleration is 0. Next, velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. The changes in the velocity of a car in specific time intervals are given in the following table. So here the time is seconds 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, velocity meter per second 0, 8, 16, 24. Now see here 8, 16, 24, 32 means 8 stable. That means the velocity is changing uniformly. Okay, let's study the graph. The velocity changes by equal amounts in equal time interval. Thus, it is uniformly accelerated motion. So, equal time intervals and equal velocity change. So, it is uniform acceleration. How much does the velocity changes in every 5 minutes? So, you can see that the velocity is becoming double. Okay, so 8, 16, 24, 32. Or you can say that it is changing twice or it is double. For all uniformly accelerated motion, the velocity time graph is a straight line. Okay, so very clearly you can see from the graph that it is a straight line graph because it is a uniformly accelerated motion. So it is a straight line graph. For non-uniformly accelerated motion, the velocity time graph may have any shape depending on how the acceleration change with time. Okay, so it can have any shape. From the graph, the velocity of the car is not constant but is changing continuously because of uniform acceleration. So, from the graph, the average velocity of the car at time intervals of 10 seconds and 20 seconds is 16 plus 32 divided by 2. At 10 seconds, the velocity is 16. At 20 seconds, the velocity is 32. So, the average, you all know how to find average. 16 plus 32 divided by 2 is equal to 24. And then, to find the distance covered, the formula is velocity into time. So, velocity 24 into time, that is, it is the interval of 10 seconds. 20 minus 10 is equal to 10. It is 240 meter. Okay, so what we have studied so far is, I hope all the graphs are clear to you. Quickly, we will recap. An object in uniform motion covers equal distance in equal time intervals. Thus, the graph between a distance and time is a straight line graph. Okay, so we saw that it's a straight line graph. Whereas, an object in non-uniform motion does not cover equal distance in equal time interval. Thus, the graph between distance and time is not a straight line. Okay, it is our second graph. Then, moving further, for all uniformly accelerated motion, uniformly accelerated means where the velocity changes uniformly with time. The velocity time graph is a straight line graph, and for non-uniformly accelerated motion where the velocity is not changing uniformly, the velocity time graph may have any shape depending on how the acceleration changes with time. Okay children, so I hope you are clear about the graphs very well. You can pause the video, you can draw the graph, and please solve the numerical part in your notebook. I have explained each step how that particular answer you have got, so you can write that in the notebook. Thank you very much. Take care.